This is a corporation that makes money for its owners somewhere else. And so when we do those two things, we release the land and then reduce the tax to that. And maybe the last part is to put the infrastructure into place. So you can go to regional Australia and repopulate it. We'll have the infrastructure, the hospitals, the schools, the roads, the rail, the airheads all around in regional Australia to repopulate the countryside. Because they wanted to shove us all into the cities, but we want to repopulate the countryside. And so for your $500 million, you get 5 acres, a beautiful house, chooks in the shed in the backyard, fruit trees, and a great place to raise a family. Now, that
sounds like a very nice vision, Ricardo. I'm more than for that, that is for sure. And I think one thing we need as well is high-speed rail. That would definitely help things out quite a bit. You could decentralise the population a bit more, get them in there, have them out in those country areas where there then still are the opportunities both there and then potentially in the city. We've got to move on just a little bit here. Now, we have spoken a lot about the problems currently afflicting the country. The best way to try and change them is obviously to change the way we are governed, and that's something we've both agreed on quite a bit throughout this chat. Now, I think there is set to be a major swing towards minor parties at the next election, but the big question I've got for you is whether your party will actually be a part of it. As I understand, there's been a lot of roadblocks put in place to prevent A1 from officially being registered. Can you explain what's happened?
Sure. No, that's okay. I think it was, again, Malcolm Turnbull raised the rules for establishing a political party. No problem with that at all. And recently, the Scott Morrison's government raised it from 500 members to 1,500. That's not an issue for us. You can make it 15,000. We'll still have enough members. That's not the issue. What we're doing at the moment is we're registered as a corporation, so we're on the track to do so. We're establishing some very high-level cybersecurity on our own service, and all this takes time and money to get right because we've been attacked electronically since we started. So we have to make sure that the database is secure and the rest of it. But the message to everybody is this: you don't need to be registered as a party to run. And here's the beauty of it, and here's why it doesn't matter. Because I've already run 2 elections, the Monaro by-election and the Queensland state election for the seat of Nicklin as an independent supported by A1. But here's how it's different, and this is key. Parties aren't helpful. They're good in the sense that they can set a set of policies for people that they can either like or dislike, not a problem. But it's actually unconstitutional to have a party. I don't know if you know that, because the Constitution said that people are supposed to directly elect their representatives. But if you go through a party, you're not doing that. Now, what we're going to do is this. If we are not registered as a party by the election, it doesn't matter. We will still have people. Now, we do not select our candidates, and this is why Australia will change in the next few election cycles. Because at the moment, you've got Liberal, Labor, Nationals and Greens, and you elect this buffoon on election night. That idiot ignores you for 3 years and then says, please vote for me again, because there's nothing you can do to get rid of them. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to have recall elections, which means the electorate selects their candidate, they vote for their candidate, and if the candidate turns out to be a busted flush, we have a recall election and they get sacked. What this means is